The Gaskin name is synonymous with greyhound racing. For Ernie, it's all he's ever known.
My first memories are helping my dad in the kennel. In those days, my dad had a garage in Enfield, and he had a little kennel of dogs. We had about 6 dogs out in the back garden, and I was helping him. And then as I was going along, growing up, like at school, evenings and weekends was all about the dogs. So they're my earliest memories of being with dogs, is as far back as I can remember.
And you've got some great memories, I presume. Your dad obviously was top trainer, won pretty much everything going apart from the Derby. But what stands out for you? What memories stand out for you?
In 1988, we only had a small kennel then. We had 12 dogs, and we qualified for the Trainers' Championship, which was held at Walthamstow that year. And we only had, say, like 10 racing dogs. So to put a team of 8 out and to win it that year, that was the first year we won it. That was a standout, because I just thought that was a tremendous achievement to get them all right on the night. The whole kennel was right buzzing on the night. To win that was tremendous. Yeah.
Amazing achievement. And the best dog you had took you deep into the Derby, to the final, in fact.
Yeah. Curry Hills Gara. He won the Trainers' Championship for us that night. He won the final race. He was still only a puppy then. Then we took him straight over to Wimbledon. He won every round. He was favourite for the final, but unfortunately he had the Trap 1 curse on him, and he missed his break that night, and he finished 3rd. So he really was a tremendous dog. I loved him, you know. After the Derby, he went on and won the Select Stakes, which was at Wembley then. And he then won the Yarmouth Derby. He went on to be a top stud dog as well. He was a really good dog, yeah.
And then you took some time out and you went over to America to learn more about greyhound racing there. Did you bring anything useful back with you?
Well, I think so. Yeah. So I mean, by that stage, that was the mid-90s. We was training at Walthamstow then. I was like young and keen to try different things, so I went over to Lincoln Park, which was like 30 miles from Boston, and I ran a kennel there for a guy for about a year and a half. And that was a great experience. I really loved it out there. Loved the racing scene out there. And so I think there's one thing that I learnt more than anything in America was organisation, how to run a large kennel. We had like 80 dogs, and there was only 3 people. So, you know, we had to really be organised. The track raced 7 cards a week. So it really was hard work, and it was round the clock. But I enjoyed it, yeah. And
I guess the more experiences you can have, the more you learn in life, in anything. And after America, you went to Ireland and did a few years out there as well.
Yeah. So when we came back, I went out and ran a breeding farm in Kildare. We was breeding puppies. It was just Yvonne and myself who were doing it. And at one stage, we had nearly 100 dogs there, mainly puppies. I didn't race out there too often. I mainly just bred them and sold them. Most of them went back into Walthamstow because I had a lot of contacts there. And yeah, as I say, that was a really good experience. I really enjoyed it. I love Ireland. I think the Irish greyhound scene is nowhere else like it in the world. So yeah, that was really good as well.
And then you came back and you got a contract at Romford training around 80 greyhounds, but you've had a little bit of time away from the sport, come back and you're doing things very differently now. You've got 5 dogs in a kennel attached to your house. I mean, Firstly, it's a wonderful setup, so perfect, you know, being so close to home. Well, the kennel is part of your home, isn't it?
Yeah. I've spent a lifetime working with dogs, and most of that time has been running a large kennel. When I was working with my dad, we only had, say, like a maximum of 12 dogs, and every dog had a lot of individual attention, and I loved that. I really enjoyed getting to know each dog's personality. So when the opportunity came for me to do this building project, I thought, when this is all finished, I just want to get back to basics, get back to how we started. Just treat, like each dog individually, keep a few dogs and enjoy looking after them. Yeah, I mean, it is such a privilege to look after these dogs, but when you're working in a large kennel, it does get you down sometimes, you know. When you've only got a few dogs, like the passion never leaves you, you know.
And you strike me, I've been here watching you today, as a bit of a perfectionist. So I guess training a lesser number of dogs allows you to be that way with them and just do everything exactly how you want.
Exactly, yeah, I am. I mean, people will tell you in the past I'm a nightmare to work for because I just like everything done just so, and I am a perfectionist.
You end up seeing that relationship between you and the dogs so much more. They look to you for, you know, reassurance with the camera here today, and it's just a real one-on-one bond that's there. And I think that's all part and parcel of helping to keep a dog happy. Would you agree with that?
Absolutely, yes, yeah. So I think in an ideal world, that's how every greyhound should be trained. I know that it's difficult to, like with large kennels. I know it's not as easy as that, and I'm really lucky to be in this position to be able to do this. You can't make a living out of training 5 dogs.
It's a good job that your kennels are just behind that door there, because it's a pretty long day that you work, isn't it?
In the summer, I like to get up early before the heat of the day, so I have the dogs out and we're out walking at 5:30. Because, say, they're literally in my house, I can just keep popping in and out through the day, then I have them out, say, like 9 or 10 o'clock at night, just like before I go to bed, you know. They really are, they're part of the family, really, because, say, they live in the house with me. This whole setup was purpose-built. You know, as I say, all the experiences I've had, different places around the world, I've picked up different things. So they're purpose-built kennels. I like to have all the dogs feeling relaxed, you know, so it works. It's working well.
I'm always intrigued as to what trainers feed, and as you said, you've picked up things across the world. So tell us about what food these dogs are getting.
Well, it's basically to say, like the breakfast. I'm a believer in dogs having breakfast. I don't buy into the once a day. So say they have Weetabix and milk for their breakfast. Then their main feed is early afternoon, which is gain and raw meat mixed with a soup. That's the basic things.
A couple of secret ingredients. Are we giving them away?
Secret ingredients. I'm a little bit quirky. I like to try different things, see if we can find a winning formula. So I like to experiment with different things. My latest thing is beetroot. I think beetroot is really good for us, so why wouldn't it be good for the dogs? So yeah, I'm trying that now.
And you told me you give spinach, like Popeye.
Absolutely, yeah. No, I really believe in the goodness of spinach. You can't eat too much spinach.
And you have the facilities here as well for them to run free. A nice big paddock, which you still not quite finished yet with the heat wave. You're going to grass the end. Yeah,
I'm waiting for the autumn, so you can't turf in the heat. So yeah, we're almost there. I mean, this whole project is almost at a conclusion now, but there's still a few bits and pieces that need to be done.
And just around the corner, you have use of a fantastic gallop as well.
Yes, yeah, as I say, we've had that field. I put that new gallop in just to start from fresh, you know, and so yeah, that works well too. The dogs love running up there.
I dread to think how stressful it's been for you building these houses, but now you're almost done and you're at this point in life now where you've got these 5 greyhounds. How happy are you now?
I'm happy. Yeah, I really enjoy what I do. I'll be even happier if I won some Category 1 races.